total out of jealousy. We not get the opportunity where you get, me brother. We not get some. You know, for let me can hear you woman they bash at you say, you know want to get money for do it here. Then they turn me off small. You know?
Okay,
I'm not making feel like somebody try to envy you.
You don't done,
yes,
you don't done.
Now go ahead, me brother, go ahead.
I can see where they attack me personality, where they go on the rampage, they fabricate. See that I give you small attention, my brother. Let you show big up.
Not of love.
I get certain things that were clear. Tasmo sleeves. I well responsible,
yes, sir.
brother, my man. Me picking go more than elementary, a private school. Now 4 million a term. Now me they pay for it.
I believe you. I believe you.
The place beside this woman they would me
I see pictures them.
The place beside this woman they would me picking. Now $3,000 a year. They don't do it for 2 years. Now me pay the full rent. The couches the way they did, now me buy them. The bed where they sleep on, now me. The TV where they watch, now me. FJ Cruise, they may get PJ whatever car, Infinity car, now me buy them. Sports edition white car, 2 cars, now me buy them. So sometimes I don't care respond to them here because they go say look Kao, they go back and forth to 2 man. I really hate to do this, but sometimes it's painful back when they tarnish your character in the public. You understand? Me don't move on, this woman don't move on. I just they beg the fans them for just respect as me picking mama. I'm very happy. I really tell God thank you, we'll know they together again. Because I'm very, very grateful to the Almighty God for this. You know, I know they disrespect them. I don't understand how this information come out. The thing the way they say so, now voice note he pull about me.
Yeah, now voice note, I get her right now on my phone. You know, now one of the bloggers they actually post and this woman talk greatly, you know. So I'm glad.
So that's it. Hi, Ambassador. Your mic is on mute.
Hello, people. It's your boy Ambassador again doing this thing.
Okay, so you've watched this interview of Kao Denero and the allegations made by his baby mama. And so basically Kao Denero is saying the allegations are not true. The child goes to a private school and 4 million for the private school. I think that is that's a lot. And you know, when I was watching it, the interesting part is, so from the trend of conversation, it looks like this Tasmo goes live and is very boldly talking about Kao Denero. He has done this, he has done that. And I just got a different ambience or different attitude once Kao Denero joined the live stream. It was more of like, oh yeah, I believe you, oh yeah, I hear what you say and stuff. But yeah, I love the trend of conversation. I love that Kao Denero is very civil, and even towards the end he said the fact that sometimes the Tasmo says negative things about him, and Tasmo's like, sometimes I also say positive things about you. So the fact that he says negative and positive shows that he's being objective and he says what he feels. So anyway, yeah, I love the way the conversation went. But what do you think? Because one thing that Kao Denero said is like, that's the way women are when things are fine, and once they separate, they go on and say all kind of things or allegations about you. What do you think about this drama?
So in order not to fall in the feminist trap, I'll not say that's how women are. That's how people are. But the thing is, women are a little bit more emotional. It's okay for women to express their emotions in our society, but not men. So even when men feel that kind of way, they bottle it up, and then maybe down the line it could escalate to violence. But women, it's okay for women to shout, cry, speak their minds loudly when they feel as to. So I think that's what he's referring to, like that's how women are. But people in general, when you are together, everything is good. We just spoke about some guys in Ghana where, okay, one time you see people best of friends sharing drinks, only have good things to say about each other. Then when they have a misunderstanding, then they start saying, even when we're best of friends, that's what he was doing. That guy is the devil. I'm like, what does that also say about your own judgment? If you're that close to the devil, then a devil number 2. Anyway, I like his maturity, as earlier on said, because with things like this, it's still your child's mother. Any bad thing you say about that lady affects your child, which is not a reasonable thing to do. I like that the boy, he was just like, he's not taking it. And plus, he's now an ambassador, in quotes. So he's an ambassador, quotes or no quotes. So he has to take a certain politically correct tone. He cannot go all savage all wild, even if he wants to. But I think it's just a mature thing to do generally, to like, in things like this that has to do with the child is caught up in the middle, you're a public figure, you just have to take it in, even if it hurts, and then be as calm as possible, as objective as possible in the response you give, if at all you have to give one. And yeah, I also like the fact that he said, yeah, people attack him, but it comes to the territory, huh? You're a public figure, people will always like you. Once they have something to jump on, they'll jump on and get at you. But yeah, you just stay focused. You know the good times you had. You know that she's not a bad person all in all. She might be in her feelings right now, but she'll come over it and things like that. And you keep it moving.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, at the end, at the peak of everything is a child, and always knowing like, okay, what is best for this child, and it's a very tricky situation because at the end of the day, every child has two parents, and if one of the parent decides to go a certain direction, and one person has to stay civil, and you might not want your child to be in a certain situation, but the child being in whatever situation the child is in 100% does not even depend on you, because the child has a mom and the child has a dad. So even if Kao Denero is taking the more political approach and putting the child's priority first, and the lady is like, I'm going to go wild, I'm going to do this, forgetting that we have to put the child first in all of this. So with this kind of things, it's like accusations are made about Kao Denero not taking care, and he's saying it's not true, and he's like giving receipts and saying, okay, this. And with these things, like, okay, mind you, like, I wish what Kao Denero said is the case. I wish he's taking care of his child. It's like, it's difficult to tell, because it's like one person says this, the other person says this, and it's like, what is true? I don't know. But at the end of the day, I don't think social media, because like, so according to what I was hearing from this live, the lady goes on a blog and she shares like some WhatsApp audios, and I'm like, why? Because of recent, I've seen so many people take this approach of going on social media, sharing voice notes, sharing messages, I'm like, how, who does this help? Yeah.
The funniest thing is when somebody's maybe bereaved, you have lost a loved one, and then you are crying and you're really in pain, but you're trying to go live to show people like, I'm really in pain. And I'm like, okay.
Like,
if you had time to do all of these things and then maybe check your makeup, I don't know how much you're really
how you really in pain.
That's
like,
the generation we are in.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like, I don't understand. I don't know if it's like, okay, you're not listening to me, because some people, when they have been confronted about going live with these things, they're like, I'm trying to send them private messages, they have blocked me, they are not listening to me, so I know that they care about what the public thinks about them. So if I go and say it to the public, then they are going to listen, because privately they are not doing anything.
Not necessarily. He's going to give a politically correct answer to the public and keeps it moving. At the end of the day, the public is going to laugh at both of you. At the end of the day, your child is going to grow to see some of these things. At the end of the day, nobody lives on Facebook, on YouTube. You guys have to go back to your various houses. You have your bills to pay. There's the real world to face. So some of those things, and you saying those things, down the line, you have to sit on the same table with this man. Maybe you have to come and ask him for some money. We have said all of these wild things about him. It just makes things and that's why I like his approach. He did not go wild on her. He might be thinking wild things, but not necessarily saying them. You just let it be, and it's going to pass. These two shall pass.
Yeah, definitely. But like, I'm still yet to understand this whole, because this is not just the first case. There are a lot of cases like that where somebody goes live or brings their private issue. I'm like, you yourself, you volunteer your private matter to the whole world and all the judgment. So
To be the judge,
yeah, in addition to the stress you're going through, you add all this judgment, because most of the time they come to the public with, in order to get sympathy, in order to get people on their side, and most times it's not the case. Sometimes it backfires, and instead.
But we're a delusional generation like that, because most people spend their times on Facebook. Back in the days, you have good news to share with your friends. Now you are sharing on your status. People sit back on the status matters to you. People you have never met are the people you are expecting to get their likes, your validation, and your evaluation of yourself as a person depends on all of these social media things. So that's why you now have a disconnect where you feel like that world is the real world and this world is not the real world. Most of the time, you're just sitting on a chair, so you're not doing much in this real world. But in that social media world, you are very active. So you feel like that's what matters more than this real world, which is just, I said, we're a traditional generation like that. But it is what it is.
Yeah, this is what it is. I definitely, I wish Kao Denero the best, and I like the approach he took. I think he was very politically correct, and he said it like he's the ambassador now, and so he cannot say certain things, he cannot be certain dramas, and he's dealing with other things behind the scenes, blah blah blah, and like, okay, maybe he's doing this because he's the ambassador now, but I'm like, even if he was not the ambassador, I like the approach he took. Whatever issue they have, it should not be solved in front of the public. Majority of the people who are going to be listening don't even have a right head on it. Like, they don't care. They just, a lot of people are just waiting for people's downfalls and wanting to hear the juicy, like, that's it. It's not like they
build you to break you and get entertained in the process of doing both things.
Yes. So they don't really care about solving your problem that much. So you're telling them, and you're like, oh, what's the point? Wish both of them the best. Wish both of them the best. Let's talk about our sponsors. Yeah.
Okay, people, Echo.online is here to stay. And so that you don't have baby mama dramas, it's a good idea to make a lot of money on Echo. That way, if you have many baby mamas, you can take care of all of them, and then you can release specific songs like Baby Mama 1, this is your own song. When I sell on Echo.online, sponsor to you, Baby Number 2, it's your own song. Yeah, you can do that kind of management of resources. So, joke aside, Echo.online is a platform built by Africans for Africans to democratize the playing field for African entertainers, artists to be specific. It gives them access to the market, especially for African artists who are independent artists by default. What do I mean by that? They don't have labels behind them, distribution, investors, access to the market, all of these things which they need to have successful careers. Echo.online is here to answer all of those questions. Echo.online is a platform in which you could build your fan base with the least resources possible, like 500 francs data. You could create your profile, upload your songs, and share your songs on your other social media handles. And then you could get your fans on the various social media handles to come and follow Echo.online because you want to monetize off the number of followers you have. So on these other platforms, you cannot actually sell directly to your fans like that. But on Echo.online, your fans all get notifications when you release your song. They could come and buy. When you have merchandise, when you have events, they could buy directly from your profile. So you could actually translate number of followers to number of sales. Echo.online is also one of those sites which is adapted to the local payment methods. So you could use even mobile money and all the other African payment methods to pay, so your fans can actually buy your art. Unlike other cases where we have to sell on Tidal and iTunes and we don't know how to collect our money, money gets lost along the way. Our core fan base don't have access to the iTunes and Tidals, so we have to just share music for free. Echo.online could sell directly to your fan base, which is in Africa, and you can get your money directly from them, and you can invest back into your career by, let's say, sponsoring your ads and pushing your music out there, and then getting more fans, and then selling to the more fans, getting more money, investing again, so you can have that organic and sustainable growth in your business, in your music career. So Echo.online is here to improve the life of the everyday artist, and I always tell people, jump on board. There are lots of features under construction. The next 6 months, you see lots of change on Echo.online, but those who are going to be there first will reap up the benefits. Those who were first on YouTube became millionaires because they got the best customer service, got the largest endorsement deals, and before the others could come, they could only get crumbs from YouTube. So if you jump on Echo.online now that's under construction, there are lots of interesting ideas for Echo.online. Believe me, you come here to share your success story. Go on Play Store, Google it, Echo it online, and come and share your success story with us.
Yeah, guys, definitely jump on it. And like the ambassador said, you could put a song and allocate finances from that song to for all your various baby mamas. Yeah, so all the best, like I said, to Kao Denero and his ex-girlfriend, and most importantly, their child. Yeah, because I think at the end of the day, children are born, the people who made the decision is the adults, and they should put the kids first. And if the kids go through any harm because of a decision they didn't make, they were just born, then yeah, the adults have to be blamed. Wish them all the best. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Thumbs up to this video, subscribe to Check Her Out TV, and see you guys next time. Bye, guys.